Hi guys, Sarkinja here, back again with another comic book. I've been doing these weekly installations of books that I buy on my pull list, just to give a review and a plot overview for those who are wanting to follow along with books but can't purchase them, or those who are just kind of on the fence about buying a book and want a little bit more information before they jump in fully. So this week, before I do that, if you could subscribe, comment, that all means a ton to me, and I would greatly appreciate it. And let me know what you're interested in. If there's a book coming out that you're interested in, or there's a series I've covered or haven't covered that you're interested in, let me know, and I can probably snag it and do a synopsis for you. My collection is ever growing, so it's not too outside of the realm of possibility for me. So to get started this time, we have Robins. So we're on 4 of 6 of this series, and this is a book about, obviously, all the Robins. We have 5 of them on the cover here, and it starts with them meeting, and they're kind of philosophical with each other, and they're like trying to figure out, like, is being a Robin good? Is working with Batman good? Like, did it make them good people? Who they are now, is that good? Is that bad? Like, would they have been better if they hadn't met Batman? Would they be better if they weren't Robin? Would they gone a different route, been better? And so they're kind of figuring that out when it gets interrupted by what they call the Gauntlet, and it is Nightwing's Gauntlet. It is a criminal mob boss that Nightwing took out, and it is a literal gauntlet. It was like their final test for if Batman let them be a full-fledged Robin or not, and let like fully trusted them, fully let them take the mantle. And then it comes down to someone's messing with all of their gauntlets, and so they actually find out that all of their gauntlets have been kidnapped. They go and try to save them because that's what they do. They run into like villain sidekicks essentially, but those villains are acting like they're the actual villain that they supported, like the Joker or Poison Ivy or whoever. And so it's a pretty good fight. But then when all of the gauntlets are in this room, and I believe there's gas running, or maybe running, Tim Drake essentially just snaps. And this was in the last book here. And he snaps and he's like, why don't we kill these people? They're all horrible people. We need to just let them die. Like, totally not acting like Tim Drake. Well, come to the end of that book, that Tim Drake is actually the villain that's kind of pulling all of these strings. They were in a hollow suit themselves, pretending to be Tim Drake, while Tim Drake is actually captured and held captive in their little lair. So jumping into this book, it follows along that same premise line. You get to see more of Tim Drake being a captive, and you get to see Nightwing and Damian and Red Hood are all chasing down separate leads that are all leading to the same place. And then Stephanie steps in here, and I believe she's called Spoiler here in this setup. And she steps in and kind of bonks their heads together to be like, hey, you're being manipulated. And then Damian actually is the one that first puts the pieces together, and then they slow down and examine things and find some more information. So to give you guys the warning, this is when we're going to get into the book spoilers. If you look below, there will be 2 chapters. One is the review section, the intro and review, and one is the plot spoilers. If you don't want plot spoilers, this is when you got to get out here. You can go get the book yourself, or you can just wait for it to come through. If you are curious about what happens in the book, then you can keep on watching. So yeah, they're all chasing this anarchy guy, which is also coincidentally who they were fighting in one of the first books. They're all fighting it together in Bloodhaven. And they're kind of just chasing that rabbit tail, and that's when they realize that someone's kind of like pointed them all at this villain because it just kind of made sense and it was easy, but the clues didn't really line up. But spoiler, went to see one of the previous sidekicks, and there was a glow in their eye, a literal glow in their eyes, because they were kind of like in a VR trance. And it was kind of like a hallucinogenic thing while they're wearing the hollow suits. So they actually, the sidekick thought they were playing a game where they were being, and in her case, I believe she was Poison Ivy, where she thought she actually was Poison Ivy. And those characters were built off of the Bat computer because someone hacked into the Bat computer, which makes this such a huge deal because getting into the Bat computer is no joke. It never is. Now, cutting to Tim Drake, he gets loose for a bit. He tries to signal the Bat computer, and he gets thwacked in the head with, I believe, a crowbar, which is a little ironic. And he gets tied back up, and then this cuts back to them trying to figure out the thing, and then Nightwing actually takes one of the hallucinogenic things, and he passes out, and he wakes up back in his Nightwing spy days, which I'm sure some people aren't going to be happy to see. A lot of people didn't like that arc, but that's where he is, so he's going to have to break out of that somehow, because he just dove in to see what was happening type deal. And Tim is like, oh, I know why I'm still alive. You need me to break into Batman's computers. You know I have backdoors built in, and I'm the only one smart enough to get you in. And then she's like, well, you already did that 2 days ago. So it turns out when he broke out the other day and tried to call for help to the Bat computer, he was actually entering the Bat computer for her. She was opening those doors, and she had probably done the hallucinogenic thingamajig on him to get him in, or to get her in. So, and there's a whole riddle with a Robin and a monster or something that I don't really remember, but it's pretty cool when I was reading it. But yeah, that's this book so far. It's still spicing up. They have realized that Tim Drake is missing, so that's good. The rest of the Robins can actually go help, but now they have Nightwing taking a nap as well. We'll see how it goes, but it is a good book, and I'm excited for the next one here. And I do recommend the series, and hopefully they do a full book for all 6 of them as well. So if people want to jump on late, they can just grab the full book and read it all. I think it's worth the time. It's been good. It's been good, and seeing their interactions has been good as well. So yeah, that's all for this. If you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all those things, all the things that help me out, I would love it. And I will see you with the next book. Thank you.